This video and this whole project is sponsored by gitarrenbastler.de. I always order my nitro cellulose finishes here and I can highly recommend them to you. Full disclosure, this small business is run by friends of mine, so I know how passionate they are about their products. I didn't get paid, but they provide the spray cans for this project. Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of my Gibson Les Paul Junior refinishing project. In episode 1, I removed the original black Gibson Nitro finish. In episode 2, I refinished the guitar. In episode 3, I finalized the looks of the guitar and applied this last layer of clear coat, which is called the weather checking finish. It's nitro with barely any plasticizers. It's the one that will most definitely crack after a time. I aged the hardware and metal parts as well and made a black pickguard. And now it's time to age the guitar. Now don't worry, I will not make this guitar look like it survived, I don't know, an earthquake or a plane crash or whatever. It's really hard to get and it's really expensive to get an original Junior, so what I do instead is make my own sort of vintage guitar. Whenever I age my guitars, I kind of use multiple tools like a scraper, a little metal plate really, to scrape off certain sections of the finish, and maybe a screwdriver, maybe something pointy, maybe something dull to cause little sort of dents and just not go through the finish. Depending on which section of the guitar I'm working on and what works best on that guitar, I would go back and forth and sort of improvise what I use, and it usually works pretty well if you're really careful and you really take your time. let's try this one out. This is my antique patina, sort of brown, waxy, oily, whatever. It's I don't even know what this exactly is, but it's like a wax sort of patina. This should help us to see the weather checking much better and just make all the aged parts look just older, just simply older. Wow. Every single time. It's so crazy how all the cracks pop out. Look, you don't see anything. I go over it. There's all the cracks. And here is my finished Junior. What can I say? It's such a good guitar, but I mean that's not a surprise really, because it used to be such a good guitar already. I still have the same parts, same tuners, same Lolar pickup, same ABM wraparound with the compensated intonation, etc. The same 500k pots and capacitor. The capacitor is from Emerson, and the pots are, I think, Mojo Tone or maybe Emerson. Same quality, standard, amazing parts. I'm very happy the way it turned out, the shade of yellow. I could have used the that trick that Gibson uses, and some of you guys reminded me of, or just, well, let me know about, which is using a darker grain filler after a couple of color layers, which is like the opposite order of what you normally do with a guitar. Normally you fill the grain and then you apply the finish, and this is just something that Gibson uses to sort of artificially emphasize and just make the grain more obviously visible. And I didn't do that, but still you can see the grain all over the guitar. It's just not as even or not as uniform, which, you know, it's pretty, but I really don't mind this not looking like that. What I really do love is the cracks on the finish. This worked out perfectly, and with that patina sort of wax, that dark brown thingy that I smeared on the guitar, you can actually see the cracks, which is always an amazing moment. I wanted to age the guitar in a tasteful way, which, you know, if you hate aging, nothing is gonna be tasteful. It's all right. You do you. It's all cool. I just love those dings and dongs. I grab a guitar like this in a different way. I don't worry about scratching a guitar like this, and that makes all the difference for me. There are a significant amount of dings and scratches and all those things here on the guitar, but if you look at it from that distance, which is like, I don't know, 4 feet, maybe 5 feet to camera, you just look at the guitar in my hands, it just looks like a TV Yellow Junior. That's it. It doesn't scream, oh, I'm relict, you know. And that was exactly what I wanted to have. Like, the player has that close-up, that intimate sort of relation. You see all those tiny little details, you see the cracks on the finish, etc. But it doesn't scream, look at me, I'm fake old. Maybe you remember this picture that I've shown in, I think, part 1, this Murphy Lab Relict Junior, this Stevie Yellow Junior, that I found amazing, like super beautiful. And that was my goal, to get as close as possible to that guitar. And honestly, I don't know, you'll be the judge of that. To me, it's definitely close enough, and it was worth all those weeks and weeks of work. Enough talking, let's hear the guitar. This is going to be the guitar straight into the Z rack preamp module in the Synergy head right there. This is the Syn 20 IR head, and I'm using the first channel. Yeah, the first channel, which is like a slightly crunchy, clean channel. This is how it sounds like. Pay attention to what I do with the knobs on a guitar like this. The volume and the tone make a world of a difference. I really love this simplicity. You're forced to make the guitar sound in different ways if you want to use it for different things. Of course, if you want to just go for like a balls to the walls kind of big rock sound, that's easy. It's an awesome P90 and a guitar like this. I mean, but also, if you want to sort of simulate a neck pickup, you can just grab something that, like some sort of a fuzz or like a germanium booster that thickens up the sound, and just add that into your rig at the beginning, of course, preferably right after the guitar. This is my germanium booster by Killing Floor, and then it's a lower setting. There are like 3 settings of that mini toggle. On the lower setting, it boosts the low end as well. It beefens up the sound quite significantly, and I love using that to simulate the warmth and this richness of a neck pickup. It's just the coolest, simple guitar for like rock, heavy rock, blues rock, whatever you want to play with it, really. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this series, and you'll see this guitar a lot on this channel and on the Thomann channel as well, because obviously I kind of stopped playing it now. I love the neck shape. I changed it a little bit, remember, maybe in that like part 1 or part 2. Now it has the perfect roundness, and it's thick. Like, this is a big neck. I love that. It's a dream. All right. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and see you in the next video very soon. Bye bye.